Welcome to the SATLUJ Sports Bulletin. This is Gina Vigil coming to you from the Phoenix desk, bringing you the top sports news from around the world. Here are today's top sports headlines. Leo Messi faces death threats as gunmen storm his family's supermarket. UFC champ Jon Jones cleared of steroid cheat ahead of title fight. Advocacy group questions Newcastle ownership having Saudi government influence. Leo faces a battle, not on the football field, but in his life. In the early morning hours on Thursday, two gunmen opened fire at a supermarket in Rosario, owned by Lionel Messi's in-laws. The World Cup winner was left a death threat note in which the assailant said, "Messi, we're waiting for you. Javkin is a narco. He won't take care of you." Javkin is the mayor of Rosario and reportedly went to the supermarket and raged at federal authorities, who he said failed to secure Rosario by curbing drug-related violence. The gunmen were attempting to also extort money from the football star. The Justice Minister for Santa Fe Province, Celia Arena, labeled the attack as terrorism, carried out by a mafia group. Fans and fellow Argentinians are showing their support for the revered Paris Saint-Germain player during this time. Jon Jones beats the label of steroid cheat. The United States Anti-Doping Agency says he would be cleared of wrongdoing under the new legal limit that came into effect in 2019. Jones tested positive in 2017 for an anabolic steroid that instituted a ban of 15 months for the former UFC light heavyweight champion. Jones, feeling exonerated, commented, "I feel set free. People considered me a cheater. Now, if that same rule would have been applied back then, it would have never even made the media. It would have never been a deal at all." Jones, with a record of 26 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest, is looking to improve his record at the upcoming UFC 285 debut heavyweight title fight against Frenchman Cyril Gane.
I feel like God's blessed me with a great talent, and it's my job. I owe it to greatness to get out here and put it all on the line. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I feel like I really don't have anything to prove, but at the same time, I just want to be someone that people look up to in the future, and people see that you can just keep going, that success is not a coincidence, but it's something that's earned day in and day out. And I feel like I put in the work. I feel like I deserve a great victory, and that's exactly what I'm going to have, a great victory.
The Yorkshire cricket drama continues. The disciplinary hearing addressing racism within the club is in day 3 and will go up until March 9th. Azim Rafiq, former Yorkshire spinner, spearheaded the charges of 7 individuals rendered by the England and Wales Cricket Board, or ECB, with his accusations of racist actions and assertion that English cricket is institutionally racist. In the hearing, Rafiq reaffirmed his recollection of former England captain Michael Vaughan, commenting to 3 Asian players of, "Too many of you lot." However, Rafiq's claim has been met with discrepancies.
How we move on from this situation is the key. And I firmly believe that if it's education, honest conversations, people admitting that things may have been said and sticking their hands up and saying, yeah, maybe I did say 1 or 2 things, and back then it wasn't deemed to be offensive, but obviously now it would be.
Another Yorkshire player, Adil Rashid, confirmed on day 2 that he had not been pressured in any way by Rafiq to corroborate his testimony of comments made. New information will surely come to light as the hearing continues. Women's cricket will be making history with big names and big money. The Women's Premier League will feature star players, India batter Samriti Mandhana, England spinner Sophia Ecclestone, and all-rounder Nat Siva Brunt at the 22-day tournament in Mumbai. In a double round robin format, teams will compete for the highest points accumulation for 3 sides, and this will secure a place in the playoffs. The Gujarat Giants will go up against the Mumbai Indians and start a very exciting tournament in which players could earn record 6-figure sums. This will lead up to the final in Brabourne Stadium on March 26th. Coming up next, Premier League is asked to question assurances from Newcastle's ownership for ties with the Saudi government. Stay with us. We will be right back after the break.
Hello, my name is Gina.
Do you ever wonder what's behind the news? What is it that you are not being told? Going behind the news and finding the truth. Let the truth flow. SATLUJ Network. Let the truth flow.
Welcome back. This is the SATLUJ Sports Bulletin from the Phoenix desk. Amnesty International, a human rights advocacy group, is calling out the Premier League to re-examine the legally binding assurances given by PIF, Public Investment Fund, at the takeover of Newcastle United. It was guaranteed that the club would not have complete control by the Saudi government. Reason for the advocacy group's concerns is Newcastle's new owner, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, who is, according to PIF-owned legal representation, a sitting minister of the government. Fears are mounting that the Saudi government will use their growing sports ownership as a reason to overlook their human rights abuses.
How we grow Newcastle, how we grow our brand, how we grow our club, the opportunity to buy players affordably well early in the cycle is critical to our growth. You know, we're very focused on academy and young players at the moment. We're bringing some exciting guys in. So obviously we've looked at multi-club.
Another interesting connection is that the PGA Tour has requested, also owned by PIF, that PIF and Yasser Al-Rumayyan be included as defendants in their lawsuit counterclaim against LIV for similar reasons being presented by Amnesty International. Australia takes the win. The 9-wicket lead secured the final spot for the World Test Championship this June for the Aussies. Nathan Lyon, off-spinner for Australia, was a match record holder with 113 Test wickets taken from India, and he said, "It has been a pretty remarkable Test series, but to come out and put a really good team performance is something I really am proud of." India was not able to take the win at the 3rd Test this time at home, but still hold the lead after impressive wins in the first 2 matches in the 4-Test series. And they could be up against Australia again at the final in London at the Oval if they win the 4th and final test of the series. India skipper Rohit Sharma commented, "We need to regroup and understand what we did right in the first 2 test matches, and no matter what the pitches are, you've got to come out and do your job." They will face off March 9th in Ahmedabad, and we will be watching. Welsh rugby, in saving costs, may lose big name players. Amid budget cuts, Wales Regions is bracing itself to lose stars in the sport. Fly half Jared Evans at Cardiff and prop Nicky Smith at Ospreys, who may next season make a switch to England. They are being offered a pay that Cardiff will not be able to meet, confirmed by Cardiff head coach Dai Young. The impacts of the losses was discussed at a press conference where 3 of the 4 regions made comments about what was to be expected. Dai Young commented on the lucrative offers given to their top players. They're around the type of figures they are currently on, but we simply can't match those offers for them to stay. And regarding any potential increase in funding, Young said, "There are ongoing discussions between our board and the PRB." On Fridays, we like to conclude our broadcast with this segment called One to Watch, where we highlight a player who is up and coming in their sport and is one to watch. Today's one to watch is Kalijah Cansey from the University of Pittsburgh, who ran away with his workout performance in Indianapolis. At this week's NFL Scouting Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium, Cansey had an official time of 4.67 in the 40-yard dash, a record time not seen since Rams All-Pro Aaron Donald in 2014, and by any defensive tackle since 2006.
Get it, Kalijah.
Woo! 4.78. Aaron Donald ran at 4.68 at 285, just in case you're curious.
The 280-pound, 6-foot player is also the first unanimous All-American from Pittsburgh since 2013 and already getting the attention of many scouts. And those were our top stories for today. Thank you for joining us. This is the SATLUJ Network, the news network that lets truth flow. For more information and full story coverage, go to satlujnetwork.com. And we'd love to hear your feedback at info@satlujtv.com. And if you recognize a player you think is one to watch, please let us know at info@satlujtv.com, and they could be featured on the next broadcast. We will see you next time.